Welcome back to the Micrometrics Show, you guys. If you're not following me over on X at underscore micrometrics, that's at underscore micrometrics, then you could possibly be missing out on some nice gains or some speculative plays on the Robinhood chain. So recently, we did have a couple things happen to some projects that I've been talking about, along with the whole space. As far as basically what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna at least drop a video every couple days with NFT Robinhood chain market analysis to actually let people know what's going on, like on the regular, probably every so couple days. But right now, if you're not following the community of every project that I talk about or speculative plays that you might want to get into, then you could possibly lose some funds or gain some funds or anything could happen, but you need to stay on top of what the project is saying along with the community because things do change in this space and it happens very fast, and then you could think one thing is happening and then another thing can happen. So BTC machines did switch their contract to make their flywheel more sustainable. So, like I said, join the community, figure out what's going on with that. But if you just followed their page on X, then you would know that the contract did change on OpenSea. And then, if you look at RH machines, they're back on top, trading around the same price. But the last contract did get voided on there, you guys. So if you saw the price tank a day ago, down to like $9, then you would know why if you were following the community. That is why I say follow all their socials because you need to stay up to date, man, when you're trying to make gains in this space. Along with that, I did tweet out the Whiff token, which is Robin Whiff Hat, the Whiff Outlaws. We did get into this project because we were a top staker in the Broker Punks staking pool, and they do release the RWAs as well. So, like I said, this is actually a good NFT to have because it's kind of like you can get whitelisted for a lot of projects because the Broker Punks, they are the holders of the Robinhood chain. So, like, we're trusted to be holders, and they know that since we're the top 50 stakers, they can check and see how long we have been staking, and we don't just simply buy and dump projects. So that's how I got whitelisted for the Whiff Outlaws. Now, the Whiff Outlaws, they also have a token called Robin Whiff Hat, and it has since went up since I bought it 33%, which I kind of speculated on it going up because, like I said, they do have a nice product, and then along with that, they are like known in the space. So as you can see here, let me see, they are somewhere trending on the main page. I don't know if they're still trending on the main page. They were for a couple days, but the price is still up there, you guys. So I simply minted the Whiff Outlaws, and they were already selling for about $300 to $400 before I even received my Whiff Outlaw during the mint. And I could have easily sold it, but I'm still holding it because, like I said, it's so early in the space. If you get out now, you could G out of a project that could make you a lot of gains in the future. So I'm willing to hold all these projects. Like I said, I don't think the ones that I'm in or just fly by night. But like I said, anything can happen. So the relic machines, like I said, the RH machines, this is their old contract. A couple other projects did this so they can have a more sustainable flywheel. Along with that, this is the broker punts. They're sitting around $32. They did before I bought them. I bought them around $26 to $20, and in the beginning they did fly up to $145, you guys. But like I said, I'm staking. I'm earning the rewards. This is a long-term play because they actually have another whitelist coming up. So these did pump a little bit because, like I said, the broker punks are like the holders on the Robinhood chain. They're trusted. So if you go follow their community, they do have another whitelist with a team that was on another chain that made a lot of gains. They had a great product on another chain. They bringing that to Robinhood. So you can get there's 100 whitelist spots for the broker punks, the top 100 stakers. I don't know when that snapshot will be, but like I said, that could possibly be another runner. Like I said, I got into the Whiff Outlaws from holding the broker punks, and that made me like I could technically, if I wanted to, I could sell and make $272, which is like that's around the price I paid for all my broker punks. So that's technically a break even there, but I do see them going a lot further because they just revealed their product isn't even live yet, but it is launched. And then stockbrokers is still number one. They're trading around 12K. A lot of the projects are staying around their median price. They're finding price discovery to see where they should actually sit in this space, because all of them are paying out RWA. So that's the main play. Besides the memes, the RW plays, stunk brokers, RH machines, stackers, chain masters is similar to Whiff Outlaws in my opinion. Then you have the pit boys that feed into stunk brokers. So if you're buying this one, you pretty much have some parts of the stunk broker mechanics, because like I said, they're kind of partnered together. Cash Dogs is up and coming. This is basically like a feed off of Cash Cat. So I didn't get in that one because, like I said, it's a meme. Frogs is a meme. And let's see, the coattail brokers, they did pump a lot and then they dumped. So their token pumped a lot and they dumped. Another RWA tokenized play. You can see the volume on there, the daily volume. Like I said, you want to just follow community, but the top projects will stand out, you guys. A lot of these projects are trying to duplicate what the main projects are doing, but it's still gains to be made in the space if you get in early enough and you're in the right loop. OpenSea, it is alive and active. It's another project that we had. See, this is a prime example of a project that we had and made a lot of gains. I bought these between 50 cents and $1 and sold them between $16 and $26. I did get out of that project just because simply I didn't like the artwork, or and the team just was kind of dodgy to me. I didn't have a feeling that that project was going to work out, and luckily I got out of it immediately. Now the Hood AI, they're at $15. They were a slow upcoming project. I did have a couple of these, but I did sell them like a couple dollars profit, because like the announcements weren't enough. Like, you have to really be announcing stuff and letting the teams know, or the community know what's going on. That's what's going to keep the projects going. And Monkey Hood, they have the RWA payout as well. They have the burn mechanism. They have a lot of the mechanics that a project would need. But like I said, this is still so early. We got in these at $16. We merged them. The merged ones ran up to basically um, 150 bucks. But like I said, it was 2 for 1. So technically, it was around this price, and it still ran up to around 150 bucks, you guys. So they actually released a token. Token did not do well. People got in. I think they probably left the initial offering open way too long, because once everybody can get in the project, there's no buyers left. So they should have kept that to like the community, but they made it to where anybody could get in. So that's probably what happened with the token. But they also do have a group swap that is working to trade tokenized stocks. Haven't seen that out, but they need to probably get out here more with the community and expand what they actually have as a product. And then Quotrons, they're still doing great. Their flywheel is working beautifully. Haven't heard anybody talking about them, but the price alone, and as you can see, the volume is doing pretty well. And a lot of top wallets are holding these Quotrons. So, like I said, anything can happen within the next 90 days to 6 months with these projects. Some of them are going to prevail and succeed, and then others, like I said, they're probably not going to stick around that long. So you take that with a grain of salt, because anything can happen in this space. That's why you want to stay tuned to their socials. You want to be involved with the community, because the community are going to let you know possibly when it's time to double down or get out, just based off the rubric and what the community is feeling. As you can see there, you see stackers here, they switched their contract, but I guess they didn't talk to OpenSea, because stackers right here is at $1. Same thing happened to the RH machines. And then as you can see, we go all the way to the top. Let me scroll all the way to the top. It's going to be another stackers right there sitting at 286. So they were able to recover and boost high along with the RH machines. I thought they were going to dump. I was going to scoop a lot of these up when they switched their contract to make the flywheel more sustainable. But yeah, they're sitting around the same price. I haven't got a good entry because I got in this at $5. So I'm still in great gains. I'm not looking forward to sell. We're still waiting on the payout and everything like that. But yeah, this is two projects that are still holding up after switching their contract and getting re-verified on the OpenSea. So yeah, you guys stay tuned. Only thing you really need here is OpenSea to speculate And then you need to be on X, you guys. So you don't have to follow my account, but if you're not, it's at underscore micrometrics, and that's at underscore micrometrics. Lot of gains to be made. Stay tuned to this market. Robinhood Chain is going parabolic.